Okay, so everyone's worried about cybersecurity these days, right?
Totally.
It's a big deal, and we are doing a deep dive today on all of that using the Cybersecurity Roundup 11/8/24.
Okay.
And this report has some pretty scary stuff in it.
Yeah.
About new malware attacks on companies, on regular people, and even governments hacking each other. So to help us make sense of it all, we have a real cybersecurity expert here with us today.
It is a crazy world out there, I'll tell you.
It really is. So the report starts off talking about malware mania.
Oh?
And it makes me think, like, how are these hackers getting so good?
Right.
You know? They're using all kinds of stuff, ransomware and info stealers, botnets.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. So before we go too far, can you just tell us what all of that is and why we should care?
Well, ransomware, that's basically just digital extortion. They lock up your files, make you pay to get them back.
Oh, wow.
Then there are info stealers, which pretty much what it sounds like. Stealing your passwords, credit card numbers, all that. And then we have botnets, which are these networks of computers they control remotely.
Oh, wow.
To launch big attacks.
So they are literally using our stuff against us.
Pretty much.
And the report says that this stuff is not just like a one-off thing.
Yeah.
It's becoming way more common and a lot more advanced.
Exactly. And this is where it gets interesting.
Okay.
The report talks about this info stealer glove, it's called. And it can get around Google Chrome's cookie encryption.
Wait a minute. Hold on. For those of us who aren't like computer geniuses, what is cookie encryption? And should I be worried about this?
Right. Good question.
Yeah.
So cookies are those little files websites use to remember you and your preferences.
Okay.
And they have things like your login details, payment info in them. So
Gotcha.
cookie encryption is supposed to protect that data, but this glove malware has found a way around that.
So even though we have these security measures in place, these hackers are still finding a way in.
Yeah, that's the thing. No system is perfect, you know? We all need to be aware of these threats, even if we don't think we are a target.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So cybersecurity is not just about having the latest software or a really strong password.
Right.
It's more about staying informed and being proactive.
100% awareness is key.
Speaking of awareness, let's talk about online shopping scams.
Okay.
We've all seen those deals that are too good to be true.
No.
Like 90% off that new handbag or a TV for like $5.
Oh, yeah.
The report found this huge network, over 4,700 fake shopping websites.
Wow.
To steal credit card info. So how do they make these fake sites so real looking that people fall for it?
They've gotten really good at copying real websites. You know,
Uh-huh.
They use the same logos, branding, even real product photos and descriptions.
Wow.
It's all about getting you to buy something without thinking.
I have to admit, even I have almost fallen for those deals before. They look so convincing.
Yeah, they do.
What are some of the things we should watch out for so we don't get scammed?
Well, first thing, check that URL, make sure it matches the brand.
That's right.
Watch out for misspellings, weird characters, strange domain names.
Yeah, I'm definitely guilty of not always looking at the URL that closely.
Yeah, and always check for the little padlock icon in the address bar.
Okay.
That means the connection is encrypted and your information is safe. So if it's not there, that's a bad sign.
So that padlock is like our bodyguard, making sure we are going into a safe place.
Exactly. And of course, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is.
Okay.
Always trust your gut.
That's good advice for life in general.
I think so.
All right, so we talked about sneaky malware and those shady shopping websites, but what about our actual devices?
Right.
This report talks about a huge increase in attacks on Mac users.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people still believe that Macs are immune to malware, but
Yeah.
this report is saying, wake up, people, no system is safe.
Yeah, that's right.
So what's going on with all these attacks on Macs all of a sudden?
Well, it's partly because Apple devices are more popular than ever.
Okay.
As Macs get more users, they become bigger targets for hackers.
So it's kind of like they were under the radar before and now everyone's after them.
In a way, yeah. But it's
Yeah.
important to remember that no operating system is 100% secure.
Right.
Hackers always find new ways to get in, and they're always ahead of the game.
So what can we do?
You got to stay informed, keep your software updated, no matter what device you're using.
It's all about being proactive, right? Don't wait until something bad happens to start thinking about cybersecurity.
Exactly.
It seems like the days of thinking it won't happen to me are over.
Yeah, for sure.
It's scary stuff for sure.
Yeah, it is.
And speaking of scary, the report has a whole section called Experts Corner that really caught my eye.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it talks about the cybersecurity challenges for real estate agents in Hawaii.
Interesting.
Now, you might be thinking, what do real estate agents have to do with cybersecurity, right?
Right.
But they handle a lot of sensitive info, financial records, client data, all that.
That's true.
It's a prime target for cybercriminals.
Yeah, and a lot of real estate agents are independent contractors, so they might not have the same level of protection that a big company would.
Exactly. And the report quotes the cybersecurity expert Don Mangiarelli from Cybersecurity Hawaii.
Okay.
He says that the biggest threat to businesses in Hawaii is complacency.
Hmm.
And I think that's true for everyone, not just businesses in Hawaii.
Yeah, I agree. It's easy to think it won't happen to me,
Mm-hmm.
but these cyber criminals are always looking for weaknesses, you know?
So what can people do to protect themselves, especially if they don't have, like, a whole IT team or a ton of money to spend on cybersecurity?
Right.
Well, so Report has this Q&A with Don Mangiarelli, and he gives some good advice that anyone can use.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, he talks about cybersecurity assessments,
Okay.
which can help find weaknesses in your system
Yeah.
so you can fix them before a hacker gets in.
So like a checkup for your computer.
Exactly. He also recommends cyber insurance,
Wow.
which can help if you do get attacked.
Right, like a safety net.
Exactly. And I think it's important to remember that cybersecurity isn't just about your computer.
Yeah.
It's about all your systems, networks, data storage, anything with sensitive information.
100%. You can't just lock one door and leave all the others open.
Right.
And Mangiarelli also talks about how important it is to stay updated on the latest threats.
Mm-hmm.
The cyber landscape is constantly changing.
Okay.
What worked last year might not work this year.
So we have to be, like, cybersecurity detectives, always on the lookout for new clues.
That's a good way to put it.
Now, Mangiarelli also have some advice for regular people on how to improve their personal cybersecurity hygiene.
Okay.
It's probably stuff we've all heard before,
Right.
but it's important, so it's worth repeating.
Yeah.
He says you need to be really careful about what you click on.
Mm-hmm.
Every message you open, you need to assume that any email, any text, any message could be from a hacker.
That's good advice.
So we're talking about being suspicious of those emails from your bank that say you need to act now, or those messages saying you won a prize.
Exactly. Don't click on anything or download anything unless you're absolutely sure it's real.
Okay.
And be careful about calls from numbers you don't know if it's important, but leave a message.
It sounds like we need to be a little paranoid about all of our online activity.
I wouldn't say paranoid, just aware and cautious. You know,
Okay.
these cyber criminals are really good at tricking people.
Yeah.
They know how to make you give up your information or download malware.
And this report even says that scammers are hiding in Google search results now, too.
Oh, wow.
It's like you can't trust anything.
Well, it's not about not trusting anything.
Okay.
It's about being careful and skeptical. You have to verify everything
Okay.
before you click or download or give any information.
To double check everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Those few seconds could save you a lot of trouble later.
That's a great point. We live in a world where everything is instant.
Yeah, we want everything right away.
But when it comes to cybersecurity, taking a moment to stop and think can make all the difference. It really is a lot to think about.
It is.
Malware, fake websites, scammers, and search results. Where does it end?
Wow.
So what's the main thing you want people to take away from all of this cybersecurity talk?
Well, if you think about the big picture, it's really all about awareness.
Mm-hmm.
The more you know about what's out there, the better you can protect yourself.
Okay.
And it's not just about having the right software or knowing the tricks.
Right.
It's about having that cybersecurity mindset, always questioning things, verifying sources, and never assuming anything is safe.
So we all have to be like cybersecurity superheroes protecting our little corner of the internet.
Exactly. We all have a responsibility to protect ourselves and each other. And the good news is you don't have to be a computer expert to do it.
That's good to hear. This report was definitely eye-opening for me.
Yeah.
But it's good to know that there are things we can do to stay safe.
Absolutely. And you don't have to do it alone. There are people who can help.
Okay.
Remember the report mentioned Cybersecurity Hawaii, where Don Mangiarelli works. They offer all kinds of services, from assessments to training and support, to help people and businesses stay safe online.
So if you are feeling lost, reach out to the experts. They can help you make a cybersecurity plan.
Exactly.
Well, I think we covered a lot of ground today.
We did.
We talked about the latest threats, we busted some myths, and we learned some practical tips to stay safe online.
And remember, the best defense is a good offense. Stay informed, stay alert, and stay safe out there.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the Cybersecurity Roundup. We hope you learned something and that you feel a little bit more empowered to stay safe. Online, knowledge is power, and when it comes to cybersecurity awareness, is your superpower.